I'm coming in to do a little cold roll trapping on a spot that I haven't visited in about a month and a half. I don't know where all the sign has moved to. But I got a box of Duke 850s, some mink boxes to put out. I have brought a couple snares with me just in case I find a good place. And it's just a big water river line. We'll spend the rest of the day just out looking for sign, finding places to put in sets. But I do have beaver and otter and mink in the area, so we'll see what I can find. I'm putting in set number 1 of today. I say we've had a bunch of rain, then we had 24 degrees and snow. That's melted off, and this beaver right here is approaching right here. I'm going to take one of the Duke 850s and bed it right here, and put a little foreign caster of this place on it. Should get some attention. But everything is marking a little territory after this rain. But I've already scooped out a bed right here with the boat paddle for the trap to go. And right there's the caster mound. He's coming right up through here, putting it on there. So right there's going to be the bed for the trap. I'll get that set finished and move down. Right there's a good look at the finished set. Right there's the 850 bedded. I've got in Rager a little bit of Clint lock layers and a little bit of the house S in Rager put up on this caster mount. And I've already got the cable pulled out in deep water on a metal stake. I'm gonna keep moving, see what other kind of sign I can find. This one should hit, but there's no guarantees. We'll move on down. A lot of times I'll be going down through here and I'll find these mounds. I know we've had some rain and snow fresh in the last day or two. But there's a lot of good fresh sign up in here where they're working this caster mound. But I'll take me a mud pie and caster mound and build it right here. Just kind of like starting a bar fight. I'm going to put bed my 850 right here, run it out into deep water. Next time this beaver comes by here and sees what I've done, gets a whiff of what I've put up here, he's going to have to come check it out. But right here's where I'm going to put my 850. Right, I built a mound on his mound, just trying to start a fight. But I'll get this bed finished, get the trap put in, and we'll take a look at the set when I'm done. Right there's the caster mound set finished. I have a 16-foot drowner cable run all the way out here to this metal stake right here I got submerged. But that's a caster mound on his caster mound. I should get a response. It's obvious. It's a good looking set. I'll move on down. Put in a mink box right here. It's a 120 with fish back in the box. I put a little bit of Caven's Mink Master right there on top. And it smells like the back end of a mink. That's the minkiest smelling lure I've ever found. I'm happy with the way it smells. I have a feeder creek coming in right here to the main river and this grass bed all up through here. I found mink tracks around the corner up on a sandbar. There was no good spot to hide a trap. So I'm taking some of this, blending in the trap a little with the fish and the Mink Master on the box. Maybe this one will hit. And I'm about knee deep in mud. We'll get back in the canoe and keep moving. Let's say the lure I've chosen to use on these mink boxes back in here is, maybe you can see it and rate it, Caven's Mink Master. And it absolutely smells like the back end of a mink. Like you done cut through the glands and it's just smelling rough. But back in there is the feeder creek that comes in. We'll see if it hits. We'll just come up past this little mound everything's climbing up on. Looks like an old beaver lodge. And there was critters coming out of this thing left and right. I think I saw 3. I couldn't tell what they were. They were brown, maybe not as big as a beaver. Hopefully not a nutria, but whatever it was, took out back through the sticks and swamp that way. 2 of them went this way and 1 of them went out that way. It was a mess. But I'm pulling some mud over here on this mound where everything's going to come in and out on. And I'm going to bed a trap right there. I'll see you when I get that done. Right there, I have a Duke 850 bedded, about 2.5 inches underwater. Got a lot of animal activity coming up right here. All back through this little hut. Right there on that stick, I placed a little bit of the Halcyon and Rager. And right there is the water clearing up. You can see the trap on the bottom. There's that 850. Run the cable out in deep water. If I had to guess, this set, if I had to bet, if I was a betting man, if I had to bet, this one will have a nutria in it tomorrow. I mean, I couldn't tell if it was nutria or beaver or what, but they just didn't have the appearance of beaver. But I'm setting it for beaver. Maybe I'll catch one. Probably being nutria, but we'll find out. I'll get the anchor set and keep moving. Here's my next set going in. The beaver's not spending a lot of time going up through here in the shallow stuff, but he's coming in from where I got the canoe. He's got a mound here. I've made my own right next to it, just kind of a challenge to his territory, and put some of the Halcyon on it. Got the cable in, and let me see if I can find it without it biting me, but if it bites me, at least you'll get it on video. Right here is my Duke 850 bedded right there in front of that caster mound I just put in. But I'll put the anchor out in deep water, keep moving down. This one should hit, it's active. Gonna move. Putting in another one of these where they've already got an active mound going, fresh sign all over it. And right here, I put my own little mound. They can't handle that. They can't handle it. And I'm gonna bet a 850 right here. Got a little bit of fencing with this stick. I'm gonna bet the 850 right here to get their attention. But that should hit. We'll take a look at the finished set when I get done. Right here's my 850 bedded. On top of the mound, right there, the brown spot in the middle is some of that Halcyon Rager. But right there, you can see some of the jaws. Right there is that 850 bedded. I'm going to get the anchor out in deep water and keep moving. Here I'm setting this mound up. Fresh sign all over it. And I took a bunch of grass and mud and everything else and just made a mess out of it. House this up here on this stick. And right here, let me find it. Right here is my Duke 850 back in the bed. I'm gonna get the anchor out in deep water. It's hard to get around when you about crippled up, but I'll get the anchor out in deep water. Here we go. I'm gonna move on down. Here I'm putting in another 120 box. Right there, I've already got it set up. Paint the box. A little bit of the Mink master on that stick on top. And I got these little feeder creeks that come in to the back side of this that run up through the woods. There's a crossover on the beaver dam up in there. But there's my 120 box. Camouflaged up, kind of pulled brush over the top of it. It's got fish in the back of it. wired off and staked it at 3/8 fiberglass rod, and it's in there good and deep. But there's my set, 120 mink box right on these feeder creeks. Gonna move down. Just putting in my own caster mound right there. There are several in here, and like I say, there's one right across from me that the beaver's already made. But I put one in right here because it was easy access for the canoe, and it's a little deeper where I can run this out and hopefully drown it. Right there's my caster mound set, and the 850's bed is right in front of it. I'll get the anchor in and move. Well, I would set that crossover. I'd pull some of the sticks out of the way right in there. But a lot of these duck hunters are using that spot to pull their kayaks across. I don't want any incidental human catches. But that sure would be where I'd want to put a trap. I'll keep moving around. Keep setting sign. This is my turnaround spot. But it's a pretty place. Gonna keep moving. Here I am at the creek. Beaver Dam's right above me. I'm finding all these little trails in and out through the grass. And I've set a 120 mink box right there. And got it staked off. Got some of that Caven's Mink Master on top of the box, fish in the hole. And we'll see if this one produces. But I have camoed them in. We'll keep moving. Right there's a good look at the 120 box down in the grass. We'll keep moving down. That's a good looking set. Hope a mink gets a whiff of that. We'll keep moving. All right, here's mink box number 4 going in. They got trails all up through the grass. Got the fish in the box. Got to get the Mink Master put on it and staked on that 3/8 fiberglass rod. I'll get the lure on it and keep moving.